Welcome to Movie Vault, where we break down the most intense, mind-blowing shows in cinematic detail. Today, we're diving into Squid Game Season 1, the global phenomenon that turned childhood games into a terrifying fight for survival. This is a brutal, emotional, and deeply psychological journey through one of the most gripping TV experiences of all time. A desperate man and a dangerous game. Our protagonist, Song Gi-hun, is a man at rock bottom. He's drowning in gambling debt. He's hunted by loan sharks. His ex-wife is taking their daughter to the US, and unless he can prove financial stability, he'll lose her forever. One day, a mysterious salesman approaches Gi-hun at a subway station, offering him a chance to win money by playing Dot Dak Ji, a simple game of flipping a paper tile. But there's a catch. If Gi-hun loses, he gets slapped in the face instead of losing money. After countless humiliating slaps, Gi-hun finally wins a round and receives a business card with a phone number. The salesman tells him, "If you want to make more money, call this number." Desperate, Gi-hun makes the call. The players arrive, and so does the terror. A van picks him up, and before he can react, gas floods the vehicle, knocking him out. When he wakes up, Gi-hun is in a giant dormitory with 455 other players, all dressed in identical green tracksuits. Each player has a number, and Gi-hun is 456, the final recruit. The game is overseen by a masked figure known as the Front Man, who commands an army of guards in red jumpsuits and featureless masks. The guards' masks have different shapes: circles, triangles, and squares, indicating their ranks. A huge prize pool of 45.6 billion won, 38 million USD is revealed. But there's one rule: lose a game and you're eliminated. The players don't yet realize what that truly means. Game 1. Red light, green light, a bloodbath. The first game seems simple. Red light, green light. Players must cross a field toward a giant animatronic doll. Green light, run forward. Red light, stop immediately. At first, players treat it like a joke until the first person moves on red light and a gunshot rings out. The player drops dead. Blood pools on the ground. The others freeze. Suddenly, the doll's sensors scan the crowd, detecting anyone still moving, and automatic rifles open fire. A massacre unfolds as dozens of players are eliminated, their bodies littering the field. Those who survive realize the horrifying truth: elimination means death. Gi-hun nearly falls, but a stranger catches him, a kind-hearted player named Ali Abdul, player 199. By the time the countdown reaches 0, more than half the players are gone. The survivors stumble back to the dormitory, shaken. But the nightmare has only just begun. Hash a chance to leave and why they come back. That night, the players beg for the games to end. Surprisingly, the guards offer a vote. If the majority chooses to leave, everyone goes home safely. The vote comes down to player 01, an elderly man named Oh Il-nam. He chooses to leave, and the players are dumped back into the real world. But the outside world is just as cruel. Gi-hun finds his mother is sick, but he has no money for treatment. Ali's boss refuses to pay him, leaving his wife and baby struggling. Sang-woo, Gi-hun's childhood friend, once a successful businessman, turns out to be wanted for fraud. Kang Se-byuk, a North Korean defector, desperately needs money to rescue her family. With no way out, almost everyone returns to the game, knowing full well what awaits them. Game 2, the Honeycomb Nightmare. For the second game, players must cut a shape out of a delicate sugar honeycomb, dalgona, without breaking it. Before they know the rules, they blindly choose a shape: circle, triangle, star, umbrella. Gi-hun, unlucky as ever, picks the umbrella, the hardest one. As players carefully carve their shapes, those who fail are immediately eliminated. Gi-hun nearly panics, but realizes he can lick the back of the honeycomb, softening it enough to carefully extract the shape. Some aren't so lucky. The number of survivors shrinks again. The night of chaos, players turn on each other. After the game, players receive barely any food, heightening tensions. That night, when the guards turn off the lights, a brutal fight erupts. Players turn on each other to increase their odds of winning. Gi-hun and his allies, Ali, Se-byuk, Sang-woo, and Il-nam, band together for survival. But the bloodshed isn't over. Game 3, Tug of War, Strength versus Strategy. This isn't your playground tug of war. It's life or death. Gihun's team is doomed on paper. They have 3 women, an old man, and a few weaker men, while their opponents are strong, muscular competitors. Just as all hope seems lost, Ilnam devises a brilliant strategy, using positioning and teamwork to outlast their opponents. In a nail-biting moment, they win, sending their rivals plummeting to their fate. Game 4, Marbles, Betrayal and Heartbreak. Players partner up, assuming they'll compete together. Instead, they must face each other. One lives, one is eliminated. Gihun versus Ilnam. Gihun tricks the old man into losing. Ali versus Sangwoo. Sangwoo cruelly deceives Ali, taking his marbles. Saebyuk versus Jiyoung. Jiyoung sacrifices herself, letting Saebyuk live. By the end, half the players are gone. Game 5, The Glass Bridge, a deadly game of luck. Players must cross a glass bridge, but only some panels are strong, others shatter underfoot. Those at the front are guinea pigs, falling to their fate. By the time they reach the end, only 3 players remain, Gihun, Sangwoo, and Saebyuk. Saebyuk is gravely injured by flying glass shards, and the guards offer no help. The final game, Squid Game, a fight to the end. Gihun and Sangwoo engage in a brutal, rain-soaked fight. Gihun gains the upper hand, but instead of finishing Sangwoo, he offers to surrender and split the prize. But Sangwoo makes a tragic choice, leaving Gihun the sole survivor. The final twist, the mastermind revealed. Months later, Gihun learns that Ilnam was the mastermind behind the games. The rich, bored elite created them for entertainment. After Ilnam passes, Gihun vows to stop the Squid Game once and for all. Want more deep dive recaps? Subscribe to Movie Vault.